Governor Malloy is continuing to drum up support for his plan to revamp the state's entire transportation system. Good evening, I'm Ann Nyberg.
I'm Keith Kuntz. His big picture approach includes widening the interstates, adding more train lines and buses. But the big question is, how does he pay for it? Chief Political Correspondent Mark Davis joins us live with word that lawmakers are lining up in favor of the plan, but not for one of the suggested ways to fund it. Good evening, Mark.
Hi, Keith and Ann. Good evening, everyone from the Hartford newsroom. Yeah, more and more there's talk about something called gateway tolls. But if you are a state lawmaker whose district is near one of those gateways, the word is not so fast. Danbury was the latest stop on the governor's Transportation Roadshow tour, where he proclaimed part of his big transportation system revamp would include widening I-84 here, where it is only 2 lanes and becomes a daily bottleneck during commuting hours. The big idea to pay for all of this that's getting traction at the Capitol is gateway tolls.
My policy is that we put border tolls, as I've been stating. You do that, and within a 20 to 25 year period, you're talking almost $50 billion.
The chairman of the legislature's Transportation Committee says that by placing tolls at the state borders along the interstates, Connecticut would capture revenue from thousands of drivers from other states.
I'm not surprised that you're focused on tolls, but actually I think everybody's focused on tolls. They're focused on, you know what this is? It's representative of the fact that people want a transportation system that works.
The governor won't say if he'll endorse new tolls to pay for his big plans, and he won't rule it out. But lawmakers from the border towns are lining up against it.
Tolls, I think, are an unfair regional tax.
The folks in my part of the state, my constituents and others around us, are absolutely dead set against this.
And there is dispute about how much the tolls would actually raise. Past
Estimates I've seen of what tolls on 95 and the other interstates would give us are somewhere between $60 and $80 million a year. That's not even a dent.
Representative Guerrero and I have talked about this a lot, and I suggested to him if he wants gateway tolls, he probably ought to put them all around the state capitol.
I don't think he really means that, just a polite way to say what he thinks about it. The woman state rep who was speaking there is Representative Gail Lavelle of Wilton. Now, the governor says that he wants to sell his plan to rebuild all of the state infrastructure and all of the roads and bridges and the railroads and all of that stuff first. And then if there's no consensus on that, there'll be no reason to have this controversial discussion about how to pay for it. Live from the Hartford newsroom, Mark Davis, News 8.